Like and subscribe. On the way in the door, people. Today, another clip from Michael Jordan. Let's check it out.
What's the psychological impact that you have on opponents, especially in the playoffs? The fact that no one wants to play in Michael Jordan.
No one knows what to expect. You know, I like that. I like when they can't expect something. They're basically going to guess. You never know. You may guess wrong. That's the advantage I always feel I've always had over my opponent, is that they don't know what to expect on a certain day. As soon as they know what to expect, then I lose the edge that I feel I have. But being that they don't know, that's the edge that I like to have.
So she asks Michael Jordan, what is the psychological advantage that he has over his opponents? And he says, they don't know what to expect. What a true statement. What a true statement. I would say not only for his opponents, but for the fans as well. I've said it over and over again. The reason Michael Jordan was such a phenomenon, was such a whirlwind, is that he got non-basketball fans to watch basketball. But the thing, and I think I've said this in another video, the thing that made Jordan must-see TV was the fact that he did the impossible so regularly that you could not miss a game. And I would argue it was less about whether the Bulls were going to win and more about you did not want to miss Michael Jordan doing something spectacular. Because that was like a nightly occurrence. So yeah, he talks about the opponents not knowing what to expect. Here's one thing, and this may be controversial because I know it's some Kobe fans in the comments too. And hey, I love Kobe Bryant. Let's not get it twisted. I love Kobe Bryant. But, you know, I think Michael Jordan is definitively better than Kobe. A lot of people think it's closer than it is. I tend to think Michael Jordan is quite a bit ahead of the rest of the pack. It's my opinion. But one thing I would say, another difference to me between him and Kobe, and this is the eye test. This is what I observed when I watch. A lot of people, matter of fact, I think I've seen, I can't remember, Matt Barnes on the All the Smoke podcast. I think I saw him say something to the effect that, you know, Kobe just had this unlimited amount of counter moves, you know, and I tend to agree with him. Kobe did have lots of counter moves. But here's the thing. To me, the difference between Kobe and Jordan is why Kobe had a lot of counter moves to deal with, you know, how the defense would come at him. To me, Jordan made the defense have to have counter moves. You know, in other words, like Jordan looked like he was on the attack and you had to react to what he was doing versus him having a reaction to what you did. You know, if you know what I mean. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. If you get what I mean. Like I said, to me, Jordan looked like he was attacking the defender, and the defender had to react to what he was doing. Whereas when I watch Kobe and most players, you know, to me, it's looked like they have counter moves for what the defender might do. But yeah, to me, Jordan just looked like he was always on the attack. And like the defender didn't know what to expect and the fans didn't know what to expect. Like that's what made it such a beautiful situation. You know, we can all think back to the countless iconic Jordan highlights. And the thing about the Jordan highlights is they are all so remarkably different. You know, when you think about the shot against Cleveland, you know, against Craig Elo, when he hangs in the air, you know, pretty much at the free throw line. When you think about the last shot in Chicago, of course, against Byron Russell. When you think about his free throw line dunk, when you think about the shot he hit against, thinking maybe it was the New Jersey Nets, but this is one of the coldest shots I ever seen in my life. You know, arguably may be the most ridiculous, difficult shot I seen Jordan hit. But I think it was against New Jersey. But he pretty much, he jumped from one side of the lane, like switched the position of the ball in the air about 3 times and wound up on the other side of the basket for a layup. I know you all know what I'm talking about. That, to me, that's just like the coldest layup I may have ever seen in my life. Like, I can't think of another one. And then, of course, you got the shot against the Lakers that some people say was unnecessary. And, yeah, maybe it was. But to me, that was another thing that separated Michael Jordan, is that creativity. You know, I think creativity is the word. Creativity is the reason why you never knew what to expect from Michael Jordan. Creativity is what made the fans watch. You know, and you know, the dunk on Patrick Ewing from the baseline, when he's headed towards the baseline, he turns back and the trap is coming from the left side, and he just pivots on the dime back towards the baseline, jumps and dunks on Ewing. It's just so many iconic Michael Jordan moments. And like I said, they're all different. You know, it's not like when you're watching a LeBron highlight reel where it's all the same. You know, to me, that creativity stems from true love of the game. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. Fanboys, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and say it. But LeBron does not love the game like that. I think maybe at one point he did, but he has been spoiled from the beginning. And, you know, to me, when you love the game like that you have the need to create something within that game. Another player I think of when I think of being creative and relentless, Isaiah Thomas. You know, I recently did a video on Isaiah Thomas talking about how I'm not really a fan of Isaiah Thomas these days. But I used to be a huge Isaiah Thomas fan and Bad Boy Pistons fan. And Isaiah Thomas, you know, to be that height and that size, that guy had a lot of creativity with getting shots off against bigger opponents. You know, just a lot of heart. Larry Bird. You know, look at some of the moves Larry makes, and you can tell, like, these are just on-the-spot creativity. Magic Johnson, but more so with the way he passes. But the way Magic passes, there is no more creative passer than Magic Johnson. So yeah, I just think that answer Jordan gave, you know, the psychological advantage is the defender doesn't know what to expect from him. You know, and you really cannot think of a greater offensive weapon than Michael Jordan. I mean, I'm trying to think, but, you know, from someone who, you know, was a assassin from the mid-range, quick first step, surgical handles. Again, you know, some of you Kobe Bryant fans were in the comments on my video about Kobe saying how you believe Kobe is more skilled. And, you know, I let me say this. I understand why people would say that. But again, to me, it depends on how you look at it. To me, Michael Jordan may not have had as many moves as Kobe, but Michael Jordan was more efficient at the moves that he had. You know, Michael Jordan was more surgical with the moves that he had. And to me, you know, that's why I can't say Kobe was more skilled, because Michael was more skilled within the moves that he had. You know, to me, you can just look at the highlights. And I'm a Kobe fan. I love some Kobe Bryant. You know, Kobe for me was, for me personally, Kobe saved the NBA once Michael Jordan retired. Because once Michael Jordan retired, I'm sure a lot of you guys who grew up in that area like myself was wondering, like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with Michael Jordan gone from the league? What are we gonna do to replace that excitement? And to me, Kobe Bryant, you know, he carried that torch, so to speak, and he made the NBA fun to watch. However, you know, saying Kobe was more skilled, like I said, again, to me, one of the differences between Mike and Kobe is, I agree with Matt Barnes. I think it was Matt Barnes that said that. I agree with Matt Barnes that Kobe had tons of counter moves. But like I said, to me, Jordan looked like he was attacking you. And you had to have counters for what he was going to do. Because Jordan didn't seem like he was worried about, he didn't seem like he had much concern for the defender. Like, again, he seemed like, I'm the one on the attack here. And now what are you going to do about it? You know? But anyway, so another great clip I found by Michael Jordan that I thought I wanted to highlight. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you agree that that was the biggest part of his edge over defenders? But that was also the biggest thing that made the fans watch, is you never knew what to expect from Michael Jordan. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.